So you're really going to Nashville next week? Yep, leaving next Wednesday, going to the Coyotes game with the parents and the brother who's the Coyotes fan a week from Saturday. It should be a hell of a trip. And then we're in Phoenix for a little bit before we come home. You're going to have to let me know if we make it on TV. Can I come, please? I've never seen a Preds game in person. For the last time, no. Okay? Do you know how much this trip is costing me for my share? Okay? And the fact that we can only get by with, I think, one checked-in luggage because we don't want to risk losing anything in a connecting flight. If you came and say we had to check in the white jersey that you're wearing, and then we lost it, and then we had to shoot videos in Nashville or Phoenix for the 3 games I think we're away for, how are people supposed to tell us apart? I'm starting to feel like a broken record here. Preds lose 4-2 to the Los Angeles Kings Wednesday night inside Bridgestone Arena. Preds have now lost 5 of their last 6 games, going in the wrong direction, guys. Thank God this is the last game that they'll have to play, the second last game of the season for anybody before the All-Star break, because -4s were going to Toronto. The rest of this team can recharge and give their freaking heads a shake to see what they have left in them for the remaining 31 games when they come back on the 10th of February. And good news, I mean that tongue-in-cheek, to start off this one, because Alex Carrier, who got injured in the game, I should say the collapse against San Jose, was announced that he would be out. So guess who falls back in to the lineup? Tyson Barrie. I had to hear this stat to know how long it's been since Tyson Barrie played. This is only his 2nd game since January 20th and his 3rd game since December 23rd. Oh yes, yes, thank you NHL Twitter for that reminder of yet another collapse that was that game 2 days before Christmas. I will say one of the parts of this game that I enjoyed had nothing to do with hockey. Well, rather than just to hype up the team, was pregame when new Titans head coach Brian Callahan was invited into the Preds lineup to read off the starting lineup. Yes, that's the one thing that these two teams do well. They work cohesively and support each other. I just wish for the moment when these two teams are good again and wear each other's jerseys walking into games and have each other at each other's stadiums like the Titans did for the Preds to staff the store in the middle of the stadium. Maybe next fall, because the Preds are not instilling me with a lot of confidence right now, maybe the Titans can give me a lot of promise, because this Preds team is going to take a lot of work. And I won't make this a center of my rant, but I didn't appreciate very much that there was 2 feeds for this game, and not Bally Sports, but Bally Sports LA. What's with that? If you want to just have one, just have the TNT national one, and I can't complain about who the team was. Well, at least it wasn't Leah Hextall. With this TNT broadcast team, I can't complain. That was good. I liked the intermission analysis. But if NHL Center Ice is going to give the TNT feed and the NHL Bally Sports Los Angeles feed, then they should give me the NHL Bally Sports South Preds feed too. Couple things on the stat sheet that I gotta say I really, really loved. 2-0 Kings goal scored by Alex Turcotte. Apparently, I had to look this up, no relation to former Pred from the expansion seasons, Darren Turcotte. That was his first NHL career goal. Yes, good job, Preds, because that's something you're so good at, is letting future stars score their first NHL goal against you. And as I learned from Alex Doherty on Twitter tonight, that was the 81st player to score his first NHL goal against the Preds. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for propping up future stars. Oh yes, and of course, while Lisa wasn't against Saros in net, former Pred Kevin Fiala would eventually get the empty net goal. But that's all I'm going to say about that. You know, I heard it said on Twitter that I don't actually think it's possible that this was true, but I could see a case that it probably came pretty close. Former Pred who was in net for the Kings again after the Preds had played him in LA, Dave Rittich, made 39 saves in this game. And I heard one Preds fan ponder on Twitter, I wonder if he made more saves in this game than he made in his entire career that one season 2 years ago with the Preds. It's possible, not a guarantee, but it's probably close. Hey, this is no slight on Rittich. In both games, the loss in Los Angeles and the win here, Rittich was solid for the Kings. And yeah, the Kings got out of their funk that I think I had heard that they had only won 2 of their last 16 games. Well, now the Preds have only won 1 of their last 6. And you know, scoring-wise, who knows what might have happened in this game, because 30-something seconds after Alex Turcotte had made it 2-0 Kings, the Preds come right down. Forsberg with a shot from the point. And Tyson Barrie, yes, Tyson Barrie of all people, is there to clear up the rebound and just turn around and flick it, and it goes through Rittich's pad. And you think the Preds have cut it to 2-1. But guess what? Nope. Hold up. Despite the fact you're going to play Let It Be, no, this isn't a Preds challenge. This is a Kings challenge for goalie interference. And yes, on the replay, much to the chagrin of a few Preds fans, not the majority knew it wasn't going to count. There's Cody Glass in front, interfering with Rittich's glove to make the save. The refs correctly wave it off. I'm curious if he just stands there as a screen like he should have. Maybe the puck still goes in and the Preds have a fighting chance by the end of the game to keep this game tied and get it into overtime. Oh yeah, and see, look at me. I'm all over the place because I'm just so frustrated with this team. I totally skipped over how this team ended the first period. And near the end of the first, probably about the 19-minute mark, Matt Roy is in the box for slashing Tommy Novak, which means the Preds will have a power play that they'll get to work with at the end of the first, and it will carry into the second if they don't score. And in that last minute, they're basically in the Kings zone almost the entire time, but in the last 30, 20 seconds or so of the first period, these guys are just passing it around. What are you doing, guys? What, is somebody feeding you in your ears how much time is left in the period? You have to get shots off. You're not going to have that much time before all of a sudden the horn sounds and you have to go to the dressing room. You need to have more desperation. What is with your guys' mentality? And a great moment squandered to get some more shots on goal. Totally blows by. And of course, we all know, we all saw, the Preds didn't score in the carryover into the second period. It should not have taken into the third period for this team to pull its socks up. I don't know what is in the mentality after the Minnesota game that this team thinks it can just flick a switch and start scoring and pull games out of the jaws of defeat. Philip Forsberg, yes, great that you scored. Hey, Philip Tomasino, great that you scored. Bruno, I would like to see some more confidence instilled in him from you with more playing time, and I think he'll be more successful. As for the shot clock in the third period, Preds had 18 shots. I can't expect any more out of this team than that. But shots against? 3? Really? Only one of the 2 shots that were actually shot on a goalie, UC Saros, was in net, went in, and the other one obviously was into an empty net. But really, with Saros, he doesn't go blameless in this game, but this is another example of he gets no help defensively. Okay, that Grundstrom goal that made it 1-0, guys were just able to skate right down the slot. Where's the physical pressure? Okay, at least show me that in a fighting style that you guys are at least trying. It's like you guys are just letting guys blow by you to the net and say, go ahead and score. And I'm still getting a little annoyed of everybody who every goal he lets in is blaming Saros solely for a goal. Like I said, there's got to be a little bit more defensive pressure. If all those people that jumped on Saros for every single goal were actually reasonable for calling the ones that he should stop, then maybe I give you a little bit more credibility, because a lot of you were jumping on Rittich when he lost a step, blaming every goal on him. And I'm sure you're going to be the same people down the road in the future if the Preds do indeed hang on to Askarov and trade away Saros, who are going to do the same thing to Askarov as well. And I'm going to call you out then too. Like, look at the shots in this game. The Preds had less giveaways, had more takeaways, and won over 60% of the faceoffs. This is a game the Preds should have won. And with all the analytics, if you looked up on moneypuck.com, the Preds were predicted more times than not that they should have won this game. But this is one of those cases where analytics just don't work. This game, thank God, is over. I don't have to think about this team until I have traveled and I am in Nashville in person to see them play Arizona a week from Saturday. Hopefully they give a lot better effort in Bridgestone. Maybe I'll be a little bit of a good luck charm, we'll see, than the last time they played Arizona in Bridgestone, or the last time they played Arizona at all. What was it? Last Saturday, or these days are starting to run together, or the Saturday before that at Mullen Arena. But in the meanwhile, the last thing I will leave you with is that Barry, just in case, because we don't want to fall short and not actually add assets, especially with the Vancouver trade today with Calgary. Not to say you should just take the first offer that you get, but be a lot more receptive when other GMs around the league start calling you for pieces on this roster. Obviously, Barry for sure. Hopefully Carrier's not hurt and he can be traded away because he's going to be a free agent. And also Tommy Novak. And yes, because he's still a season away, which means he's worth more this season. Maybe even UC Saros. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching as always. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media as always to interact with me during every Preds game by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. And good. This game is over. Hopefully this bad luck streak of 5 of 6 games is over. I don't want to think about this team for a week until I'm in the building in person a week from Saturday.